following me?
Do you have an ID?
I don't have. My phone is dead. I don't have a copy of my phone. My phone is dead.
I didn't ask you about your phone. Do you have an ID?
No, I do on my phone.
Welcome back to Advocacy Alchemy with Professor Ross. Today we have a good one, guys. We're headed to Marshfield, Wisconsin, where a simple dispatch call about a man and a woman allegedly arguing outside close to a senior living facility turns into a felony drug arrest with multiple drug charges, and a reminder that repeat offenders often reveal themselves in the smallest ways. This case is a case study in escalation and how quickly a conversation can turn into handcuffs. With that, let's jump in.
Hey, someone called about you guys arguing over there in front of the old folks home over there.
They actually aren't arguing.
Oh, yeah, we had a couple people that called.
Yeah, they're not arguing. I'm going for a walk. Nothing. I'm going to Fleet Farm.
Oh, they said you were yelling at each other and screaming, and they were concerned enough to call.
Oh, no, we were just fine.
Come here.
What's up?
Put your hands on your back for me real quick.
What? Oh, man, it's just my Delta, dude.
Is that all it is?
Yeah.
Alright.
I was gonna give you that gratification.
Alright. Yeah, you, man. I just saw you hiding it, so we're gonna put you in cuffs until we figure out what's going on, okay?
Delta, bro.
What's going on, by the way? That's why we're talking. That's why I'm out here talking to you. What's going on back here? Huh?
Nothing, dude. It says one thing and then it does another, that's all.
120 Marshfield. I'm 1095 with the mail. For right now.
I guess if something's not broken, don't fix this shit.
So what's going on?
Nothing. He'll explain it.
Okay. Well, we want to hear your side of the story, right?
I was just called for support.
You were what?
Moral support.
I have no idea what that means. We got called because you guys were fighting up in front, up on the.
Just yelling because that's hurt.
Okay.
She don't know how to talk, that's all. I'm trying to get her fucking
Off what?
Up to meth.
Meth?
Yeah, I'm trying to get off there, so we both going back and forth.
You got any on you right now? No? Alright. So it's all just an argument? It didn't sound like it was much more than that, but okay.
Yeah.
My partner's talking to him, so this is all just a weed pipe or what?
Yeah,
that's all this was?
Delta, man, but you guys they made a big deal about it. That's why I was just like, oh, alright, until you get done talking, I'm going to
Alright, here,
pick it up.
come here.
Seriously, why are they arresting him?
What's your name?
Ashley.
Do you have an ID on you?
No, I don't. My phone's dead. Seriously? We were walking in front of Fleet Farm. We were really walking Fleet Farm.
Okay. Someone called and said someone matching your description was arguing and yelling at each other over there.
Did you hear
Were you over in front of the Stony River over there?
We walked from freaking...
Where'd you walk from?
We walked from Newton over this way.
Okay, so you weren't at all over by the old folks home at all?
We straight up walked this road. We weren't even trying to do anything. He wasn't talking. He was calling my name, so he kept up to me.
What's your first name?
Ashley. Why is he being arrested?
What's your middle initial? I don't know. I have no idea.
I arrested why he's being arrested. We were literally walking to Fleet Farm. I wonder why he's being arrested. I
don't know, but I'm going to figure that out, okay?
I need to know why he's being arrested. It's not fair. He didn't do anything. We were walking to Fleet
What's
Farm.
his name?
Michael.
Michael what?
Yellow Thunder.
Does he have any warrants or anything like that?
He was just reported until Friday.
Okay.
I wonder why we were literally walking in front of Fleet Farm.
Okay, so someone matching your guys' description were yelling at each other over in front of an old folks home over here. So were you guys over there?
No, we were literally walking.
Okay, so if I look at cameras, you guys wouldn't have been over there?
I didn't see anybody. I saw nobody anywhere.
Right, but you were in front of, walking in front of an old folks home.
I don't know where I am. I'm new to Marshfield. I don't walk this area. I'm walking, and he's trying to catch up to me.
Fair enough, okay. You guys weren't arguing or mad about anything? Do you have an ID?
I don't have, my phone is dead. I don't have a copy of my phone. My phone is dead.
I didn't ask you about your phone. Do you have an ID?
No, I do on my phone. I'm still waiting for my hard copy of my ID.
You what?
I'm waiting for my hard copy of my ID.
Oh, you don't have a hard copy?
No, I'm waiting for it to come in now.
You have a Wisconsin driver's license?
No, I have a Wisconsin ID.
Where do you have an ID out of?
Wisconsin. I only have a Wisconsin state ID.
Okay. Huh?
Can you please tell me what's going on with him?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm over here.
He's really following Fleet Farm. That's all we're doing is following Fleet Farm. My work stuff. I need my badge and my ticket table. Oh, my ticket number.
Where do you work?
Applebee's.
Okay. Okay. Don't dig around in there. Get out of the bag. Get out of the bag.
No.
Now. Get out of the bag and put that down. Put it on the ground.
Ow!
Put it on the ground. Put it on the ground.
I'm going.
Get on the ground.
I'm going.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back now. Put your hands behind your back now.
I'm going.
Now.
I'm going.
Put your right hand behind your back now.
I'm peeing myself. I'm peeing myself.
Put your right hand behind your back.
I'm laying on my hand.
Give me your right hand now.
I'm laying on it. Ow! Sir, you're hurting me. I'm laying on my hand.
Alright, hang tight. I'm going to walk down and see what's going on here. You need help, Alex?
What?
I'm going to put handcuffs on you.
Why? You made me pee myself. I fucking peed myself. Can I please go on the ground? I literally peed myself. I'm laying on the wet floor. Please.
Hold on.
I peed myself. I literally peed myself. I peed myself, sir. I peed myself. Oh, you let me pee myself. Ow.
Let go of what's in your hand. I'm gonna put handcuffs on you.
Why? You made me pee myself. Ow. I fucking peed myself. I fucking peed myself.
I'm trying to empty them.
Ow.
One.
Can I get on the ground now? I already peed myself. No, I peed myself. You let me lay on the ground. Can I please get off the ground? I'm wet and I peed myself.
Yep.
I can pee myself.
Roll to your right.
Let me fucking pee myself.
Come up here. Stand up.
Ow. You hurt my back and I peed
Do you
myself.
have anything else in your
No.
pockets?
I don't have pockets. Well, besides myself, I don't have anything in my pockets. Can I sit on my bag or something? Can I get my other sweater and sit on something where it's not wet?
Hey, come over by that car. Are you on probation or anything?
Yes.
You have open cases?
I have one open case for a drug paraphernalia misdemeanor.
Anything else on you?
No, you pulled my back and you hurt me.
Why are you acting like I'm the
Because
crazy one here? Okay?
I
You're reaching into your bag to grab a needle to empty it out.
Actually, I wasn't grabbing
You
it.
were.
I know. I was
Yes,
actually
you were.
looking
It
for
was
my
in
ID.
your hand.
I was still looking
No,
for
you
my.
weren't.
You want to see my ID? My.
Oh, so now you have an ID.
No, my
So you-
Applebee's
so you-
ID. I do not have
No,
a.
you
I
had
don't
a
have.
needle in your hand.
I have my ID. I was going for my
Okay.
ID.
I'm not stupid, all right?
I never said you were, but
Over
you
here.
know, you let me pee myself.
Over
You
here.
let me pee myself.
Do you have anything else
No,
on you?
I
Do you
don't-
have any needles on you?
No, I don't have any needles on me.
Okay, she's gonna come search you, okay?
Can I please get somehow change out of these wet pee clothes?
Not right now. I didn't make you pee your pants. You're an adult. You know how to.
I don't. I cannot control it.
Okay.
They really smell like pee.
Well, I'm sorry.
I'm not mad at you.
I'm sorry it smells like pee, but that's not my concern right now.
Is it okay for me to change out of these pants?
Not right now. Just hang tight. Let me finish searching you, okay? Separate your feet from me.
I think she ended up getting this one dumped out. Hand. Yeah, we'll take all this stuff.
I got pretty excited when he saw it. They were both watching you pull in here, you know.
Yeah.
And he ran in front of this car and he see him take something out of his pocket and throw it on the ground.
Ah.
And he see him start stomping on it. So I was like, all right. I was like, all right. I didn't see anything when I came down this way, but I'll walk it again. But
Okay, I'll meet you back there.
Yep. If it comes back as the illegal weed, I'm gonna write you a ticket for paraphernalia. Okay.
It was THCA is all it is.
Okay. If it comes back the legal, it's fine. Okay. I won't write you no tickets and
I got a Maxon's that day. I seen him. I turned myself in.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Take these cuffs off you here, and he's gonna get that from you. You're gonna be decent, right?
Yeah, man, I'm good.
You're getting released, is what I'm telling you.
I got
So.
30 days worth of paper after 23 years.
Well, I wouldn't do anything stupid right now, then.
You're not gonna walk with her this way.
Yeah. No, she's going to jail.
Is she?
Yeah.
What's Can I get her phone before she goes in? Because I gotta get a hold of her boss and everything. Let her know. What's your phone number?
I'll let you know. Just don't come down there by us, okay?
All right.
Now, once again, we're in Marshfield, Wisconsin. That's in Wood County. So let's look at the Wisconsin laws here. So that's the Wisconsin statutes. And let's start with our first law. Felony possession of methamphetamine. This is found at the Wisconsin statute section 961.41 3G, section G. And the statute says it's illegal to possess methamphetamine in any amount. This is a Class I felony, and it carries a penalty up to 3 years and 6 months in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Now here, she had a syringe and it had something in it that she tried to pour out on the ground. She tried to pump it out onto the ground. That was later tested and tested positive for methamphetamine. Next, we have possession of THC. This is found at 961.41 3G, section E. And it says it's illegal to possess THC in any form. Now, this is a misdemeanor for the first offense. Now, it does go up to a felony if you have repeat offenses. Now, the first offense, the penalty is 6 months in jail, a $1,000 fine. For each subsequent offense, it becomes a Class I felony, and that's looking at up to 3 years and 6 months in prison, a fine of up to $10,000. Now, as to the THC, because we have two different portions here. Remember, the guy kept saying, it's Delta, it's Delta. I didn't know what he's talking about at first, and then it made sense. Delta 9 is a type of, right now in some places it's not regulated like marijuana, but it's some sort of laboratory grown stuff, okay? That's the best way to put it. It's not supposed to have the same amount of THC when they test it. It's supposed to be derived from certain plants versus other plants. The main thing is the only way that the police know is if they have to send it into their crime lab and have this tested to make sure it's not the usual suspect. Or the best way to think of it, hemp versus marijuana. All right, she was found with a grinder inside of all those bags there. It was inside of one of those bags they saw on the ground when they were collecting her stuff. All right, she's gonna be charged with possession of THC. It was tested and it had a high concentration of THC in it. Third, possession of drug paraphernalia. All right, this is found in 961.573, Section 1. This charge is defined as making it illegal to use or possess with the intent to use drug paraphernalia for ingesting, inhaling, or injecting a controlled substance. Usually paraphernalia is all the things that are not the drug, but they are used in order to use the drug. So whether it's going to be to weigh it, to store it, to actually take it into your body some kind of way, those are all going to be considered paraphernalia. It's the thing to be used with the illicit drug in some fashion. Now here, this is a misdemeanor. The penalty is 30 days in jail, a fine of $500. The grinder, the pipe with the residue in it, the syringes, all that kind of stuff is considered drug paraphernalia. Next, we have resisting or obstructing an officer. This is found at 946.41, Section 1. This is defined as knowingly resisting or obstructing an officer while the officer is acting in their official capacity and with lawful authority. Now, we hear a similar statute many times when people are being arrested on these videos, okay? Wherever state it comes from, pretty much every state is going to have some sort of obstruction or resisting statute to deal with people who are not willing to be arrested and whether they're going to be violent or nonviolent. All right, this is a Class A misdemeanor in Wisconsin. It can be elevated up to a felony, like most of them, if someone is injured or if there are some weapons being used or that come into play. The penalty is, now at the misdemeanor level, up to 9 months in jail, a fine of up to $10,000. Here, Ashley, she refused to follow the commands. Now, the body cam got covered up, okay, but we saw a little bit what's going on when the other officer ran to come help. So she was digging in the bag, and apparently she was trying to dump out those drugs. First, she went in and got a Frappuccino drink, and then she tried to reach around again to get the drugs and start to dump them out. That's when the other officer said, let me go over and see what's going on because they're on the ground now. He goes over and he finds out what's going on and assists the officer in getting her handcuffed. All right, our final charge, bail jumping. All right, this is found at 946.49, Section 1. Now, bail jumping simply means that a person intentionally fails to comply with their bond conditions, including committing new crimes while out on bond. Okay, that's what happened here. These 5 charges are all going to her. Okay, now they told him, if this comes back to be weed, we're going to give you a charge, which we're saying that what's in the grinder came back to be weed. So potentially Mike is going to get the charge too. This just happened back in June. Most prosecutors are not fast in how fast they bring these cases. Yes, a person might go to jail. They might get a ticket saying they're going to return to court in a month or so. And then at that point in time, charges might be brought or not. Most of the time they're going to have to appear on these tickets, especially when they're felonies, or especially when they're misdemeanors, I'm sorry. With felonies, you have to get a bond and then be bonded out. But on these misdemeanors, they might let them go with the citation on hand, and that would just be a ticket saying return to court on a certain day. Then when you get to court, they may, you can fight it or pay the ticket. All right, next, let's get into our evidentiary standards. Okay, let's move through the evidentiary standards. We'll go from the weakest to the strongest, or what requires the least amount of evidence to what requires the most amount of evidence, okay? So first, mere suspicion. Now, this is when the government or the police have just a gut feeling, okay? They just have a hunch. Something catches either the police or government agents' attention, but they don't have enough to act beyond watching or asking just some basic questions. Here, Wood County Dispatch. They say that there's a man and woman yelling outside a senior facility. They give the clothing descriptions, and they match them back to Ashley and Mike. And actually, his name is Michael. I don't think anybody ever called him Mike with me. So, Ashley and Michael. No crime has been confirmed yet. It's just a reason to go and check it out. That's all it is. The big thing is that officers can approach and observe. They can't detain anyone just yet. Number 2, reasonable suspicion. Now, at this level, the government or the police have specific articulable facts that would make a reasonable person, better yet, a reasonable officer, believe that criminal activity may be afoot. And that simply means that it's happening. Here, the officers find Ashley and Michael. Their stories don't really match up. Ashley starts digging in her bags against the instructions of the officer. That's enough to detain her briefly to figure out what's going on and to make sure she's not reaching for a weapon. This is where officers can legally detain you or me while they investigate to see what's going on. Moving up one more level, probable cause. At this level, the government or the police are going to arrest someone, okay? This level means that the facts and circumstances have been gathered and there are enough to make a reasonable person believe a crime has been, is being, or will be committed and the suspect is involved. Here you have officers seeing a syringe that's filled with some sort of dark liquid. Ashley refuses to drop the syringe. She removes the cap and begins to dump the contents on the grass. Now at this point, they have probable cause for possession of drug paraphernalia and what they believe to be possibly methamphetamine, and evidence tampering because she's dumping out the evidence. Spoliation, as it said, that's a legal term. Sounds crazy, but spoliation. All right, remember, probable cause is where an arrest is legal, okay? So when you hear probable cause being thrown around, just remember somebody got arrested. That's what that means. All right, number 4, preponderance of the evidence. Now at this level, the government or me and you are going to bring somebody else to court to sue them. This is the level mostly where people are suing for money, but sometimes people might be suing to get something back, like specific performance. This level means that more likely than not, your claim is true. It's going to require over 50% of the evidence in your favor to win. We usually say it's going to take about 51. When you get 51% of the evidence, you're going to win this claim. This is also used in probation and parole violation hearings. Remember, Michael is on paper still for 30 more days. If he makes it 30 days without any incident, then potentially he'll come off of his probation paperwork. Whether it's probation or parole, I'm not sure. Now here, lab testing confirms that the white residue is methamphetamine and the plant material has high amounts of THC. Now, even if Ashley denied that she possessed those things, the balance of the evidence tips toward the state's version, right? Because it was all found in her bags that she was ruffling through. All right, so right now we're just in civil territory, and you think lawsuits, contract disputes, and probation hearings. Now, I don't know if Ashley was on probation or something also. We do know that she actually is going through another case for drug paraphernalia. That's what she told the officer, misdemeanor drug paraphernalia. All right, moving up one more level, clear and convincing evidence. This level means that it's highly probable and substantially likely that your claim is going to be true. At this level, us, me and you, or the government, we're dealing with certain types of cases here. We're talking about fraud cases, or we're talking about certain administrative hearings for maybe employment, or whether you're going to be banned from an airport. But also, if we're going to bring a certain defense for a criminal case, we need to meet this level. It's going to have to be highly probable and substantially likely that our claim is true. So you still have to meet that level. And this level means it's going to take about 75% of the evidence in our favor to win. So in a criminal case, if you're bringing some novel defense, or even if it's a defense of claiming some sort of medical disability, you're going to have to put enough evidence in to show that you should have that defense. All right, here we have body cam video that shows Ashley holding the syringe. We have officer's immediate reaction, and that matches his later probably police report. We have some seized items that are consistent with drug use. All of this is enough for the government, if they were using this to enhance a sentence, to at least put it in front of a jury and have it considered. Remember, at this level, clear and convincing evidence, we're talking about you're convinced not just with facts, but you also have a certain level of certainty. You know, you're getting pretty high up there, 75% certain. Moving up to our last level, beyond a reasonable doubt. This is the highest standard in our legal system. It means there's no other reasonable explanation besides the defendant being guilty of the charges being brought. Here, they're going to use lab results to confirm that that's methamphetamine and that's THC. They got body cam footages from several officers on the scene. You have officer testimony. You have Ashley's reactions when she's refusing commands and dumping the syringe. All that lines up perfectly with these sets of charges. Now for a jury, the key thing is there no other logical explanation besides the defendant being guilty for these 5 charges? At this level, you deal with convictions at criminal trial, okay? So remember that. All right, so with that, next let's move into our jury perspective. And let's put ourselves on this jury. Now, if you were sitting on this jury, you'd have more than evidence to think about. You have a very real human problem in front of you also. This isn't just about a syringe, a grinder, or some THC. It's about addiction and how it drives people into the same situations over and over again. You heard Michael mention he's 30 days away from coming off paper, meaning for the first time in 23 years. And Michael's not much older than 30 years old probably. He might be 40. All right, he'll be free from supervision. That means he won't have to check in daily, monthly, or weekly with another adult. Think about that. Decades of probation, parole, and court oversight, and still he's standing here in a police encounter. That's the cycle we're looking at. Then we have Ashley, already on bond for a prior drug case, caught with meth and paraphernalia. Addiction often isn't just about a bad habit. It's the pool that keeps people circling the same drain. Movies like Spun, what it does is it shows you the chaotic slice of life of drug dependence, especially methamphetamine. Not the polished Hollywood rehab story, but the raw reality where users juggle relationships, crime, and survival all at the same time. And something that's worth noting, even THCA, which some see as legal weed, could still violate your probation. In my home state, being intoxicated by any intoxicant is often prohibited while that person is under supervision. Wisconsin probation rules could be just as strict. Now for a juror, that means even the lesser drugs in this case still matter in a legal framework. So as a juror, this is what I want to ask you first. Is this just a one-off bad choice, or is this part of a long-running episode of continuous bad choices? Next, how much weight does the factor of addiction carry with you in deciding if a person is guilty or not? Then, does the law allow you to consider addiction as context, or is it often treated as irrelevant to the legal elements that are presented to you? Finally, when talking about probation and parole, does that actually help break the cycle, or is it just another loop in that same cycle? This case started as a noise complaint outside of a senior living facility. It ended with meth, THC, paraphernalia, and the charge of bail jumping? But beneath the surface, this is just a snapshot of something bigger, a revolving door of addiction and the criminal justice system. In that movie Spun, the characters live in the whirlwind of drug use, failed attempts at getting straight, and often petty crimes that keep them tethered to the same lifestyle. Now, Ashley's arrest here, it isn't identical to any movie scene, but the theme it's the same. Addiction can lock people into a loop where police encounters are frequently happening, and they become a part of the rhythm of life. Now, as for Michael, just days away from freedom, 23 years on paper. One wrong association could put him right back in. That's all the razor-thin line many lives live on, where even holding a THC product could mean a probation violation, no matter what the state says about the legality for the general public. Remember, when a person is placed on supervision, you have an asterisk by your name. You don't get the same rules as everybody else. Yes, people who are 21 or older can go out and drink. You can't go out and drink if you're on probation. There may be other requirements. You have to be home by a certain time, or have to wear an ankle monitor or a wrist monitor. All kinds of things. You're not an ordinary citizen until you come off paper. Now, I do notice that most channels will just show you the confrontation. They're not going to talk about the laws behind it. They might not have experience with dealing with what those laws are. I think that's the true value in what we can do here, okay? Now, addiction cases are often less about a single bad decision, and they're more about that cycle. And my final question for my students today before I let you go. Do you think the law is properly equipped to deal with addiction? Is it the right tool to be used to fix it or break it? Or are we just sentencing people to another lap around the same track? Like, share, subscribe. Remember, this is Advocacy Alchemy. I am Professor Ross. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Everyone have a great Friday. Be safe out there.
I order you to subscribe to Advocacy Alchemy and return tomorrow, 8:45 a.m. Central, for another lecture. Dismissed.